in the game.
Fair to say that Arsenal have been on a reign of terror facing the other London clubs this season, and up next is relative up-and-comers Crystal Palace with a very good side. But with Arsenal on the form they're in, it's going to make it a tough task from Selhurst Park. Well, after a London derby of very easy proportions against Spurs in the Carabao Cup quarter-finals, now we've got a bit of a lesser one, and now it's Crystal Palace trying to get something against this Arsenal side, whose full attention now is just trying to keep up with Manchester City. They need to hope that someone does them a massive favour with them being unbeaten right now. But all Arsenal really need to do is just keep scoring, and it's proven very easy this season. Another 4 past Spurs in the Carabao Cup match, which was made even easier by 2 men being sent off in that one. So I think it is North versus either East or South. I can't really remember. But in any case, with the majority of the Premier League sides being based in London, as it does have a lot of representatives, we have a lot of either London derby majors or minors to look forward to over the course of the season, and this is one of the minor ones. For Crystal Palace, it's really hope over expectation, with Arsenal being the kind of scoring machines that they are. And we'll take a look at the lineups then. And we are now nearing the halfway point of the season. Former teammate of mine, Dean Henderson, starts in goal today. Gueye is in the centre of defence. He was a Manchester United target as well. And it's going to be Ebrick Eze up front today. Couple of changes for Arsenal from the Carabao Cup. Saliba and Gabriel are retained, as is David Raya, but Tomiyasu and Tierney come in. It's the same aside from that, with Rice, Odegaard, Moreno, Saka. Martinelli comes in for Trossard, I believe. And of course, back up front is Alexander Isak, who was rested early in the second half, pretty much after Arsenal were pretty much out of sight, and Arteta hit the load management switch. So here we go. Just the couple of changes for Arsenal. Keeping Saliba and Gabriel in, probably as a means to get David Raya another clean sheet. And I believe right now, I could be wrong, but I believe this is the final match of the first half of the season now. So it doesn't begin again in terms of team rotations. It just that's all randomly kind of done as the season started. Here comes Martinelli already bombing into the box. Gives it to Isak. Dean Henderson saves. And, former teammate and friend of mine, Dean Henderson. Now I can actually say this. I'm really kind of gutted that it didn't work out for him at United. But he was always behind the likes of David De Gea. And unfortunately, it just didn't come through for him. It looked like doing so at one point under Oli, but sadly that never happened. And it was such a shame. And Dean Henderson eventually has found new pastures at Crystal Palace and is doing very well for himself again. Although Palace are in the relegation zone as of now. They are behind Everton on goal difference, I believe, when we last looked at the table last week. Mateo is another danger man for Crystal Palace, really on a roll in a Palace shirt. So it's going to be Eze and Mateo that Palace hope to get some goals from. Everyone at Arsenal was scoring, so I don't think it matters who they pin their hopes on. It doesn't matter, because either they'll score or the unlikely sources will score. Everyone is pretty much free scoring at Arsenal, aside from Gabriel and Saliba, to be honest. I think they're probably going to end up being the only two, aside from maybe the fullbacks, that don't score. Here's Matea, and I think David Raya performed a splendid save again. David Raya was absolutely unbeatable against Spurs, and here he is again. This is a fingertip save, surely. Literally, yes, it's another stunning save by David Raya. Literally, his fingertips kept that one out. David Raya is on another planet. Rather with the resulting corner. Raya comes out. Oh no! Commentators curse and Matea has scored. Oh no! I did not intend to do that. But no sooner had he made a stunning save, David Raya makes the first critical error of the season. He comes out for the corner, and it leaves Matea wide open with an open goal. And that's the first mistake David Raya has made all season. I think we might have to put a commentator's curse on it. And Arsenal, for the first time in some time, are one down. And we said Matea was going to be a danger man, and that's proven to be the case. But David Raya, that goal lies firmly at his door for trying to claim a corner that was never really his. Palace 1, Arsenal 0, in a shock against the run of play for sure for the moment. But don't count Arsenal out of anything. That's the lesson we have definitely learned over the course of this season. Here is Sarr, though. Gabriel does get back there. I would expect Gabriel and Saliba probably to be subbed off at half-time, because they played the full 90 against Spurs. Tomiyasu to Isak. There's a lot of space that Arsenal have here. Isak picks out Odegaard, trying to pick out Moreno. Here's Phillips to Matea. And now Muders. And headed away by Saliba. Odegaard tries to keep it against Phillips. Phillips wins it, but then gives it to Gabriel immediately. And Arsenal come away with it unscathed. That's a great pass from Tomiyasu to Saka. Saka whips the ball in towards Gabriel of all people. What is he doing up there? And here's Isak, and here is Gabriel. And what on earth is he doing that far forward? You got to get back, son. You got to get back. Now Arsenal in trouble. And what was that about? And eventually, they get it away. But Gabriel really wasted a lot of his energy there. Here is Isak. Now here's Odegaard with all the pitch to run out ahead of him. And he scored it. Captain Marvel rescues the situation for Arsenal. They've drawn level. Never count them out. Martin Odegaard proves why he is Captain Marvel for this team. And it's a wondrous strike again. Henderson, no chance. He's been saving some really good ones over his career. I've been there to witness it. But today, Odegaard, the shot's too strong. There's nothing he can do about it. And, well, disaster averted for now. But let's see if Arsenal can fully overturn it. It's 1-1 here now. Well, once they get the first goal in, usually Arsenal, they don't stop. So that's an encouraging sign for them. Here's Odegaard again. Here's Isak. Isak gets a good tackle there by Richards. Here's Kamada. Matea. Tackled by Saliba. Moreno finds Martinelli. Martinelli has certainly been a revelation this season, but here comes Alex Isak, and it's a good save by Dean Henderson, to be fair. Here comes Saka. And he tries the shot, and Henderson makes a great save. To be fair, that is a stunning save by Dean Henderson. That's his quality, that's what he can do. But Arsenal are now approaching a second and third gear. Sarr, Matea, great touch. Advantage gained by Crystal Palace. Now Sarr. Tierney gets back. And Gabriel gives it to Odegaard. It's a wonderful pressing style from Arsenal. Now Saka. Sarr to Matea. Here's Eze. Eze's got the beating of Tomiyasu. Eze puts it in towards Matea. And David Raya makes up for his error by saving that one. And free kick to Crystal Palace. Handball against Martinelli, I believe. And free kick taken short to Munders. And it's a good save by Raya. And now Matea. Palace are certainly giving Arsenal a fight here. First time we've said that in a long time. Arsenal have... I don't think they've lost a game since the Real Madrid one in the Champions League. Martinelli skips past him. Good save, Henderson again. Mitchell clears it away. It's a wonderful looking ball, but Arsenal got there first, but Palace still keep it. And now here's Sarr. Martinelli gets tackled by Munders and Sarr picks it up. Good play here from Palace. Moreno. And a song is playing out that you'd usually hear in a cricket game. Tomiyasu. Followed by Odegaard. Tomiyasu is still up there. Odegaard doesn't want to risk the pass. Well played. Rice. Saka. Isak is ahead of him. Saka gets pushed. He gets the ball back. He gets pushed again. He gets the ball back again. Saka really fighting hard. Arsenal really just inviting pressure at the moment. Anderson to Matea. Kicked out there by Tomiyasu. Rice finds Saka. Arsenal are away again. And stopped by Richards. Good tackle. Good tackle, but Saka is struggling. He's on the ground. And worrying signs here. He's slow getting to his feet. He is back to his feet now. But I wonder if Mikel Arteta will take him straight off immediately. I would not be surprised. Now, despite all the load management that Arteta's doing, it still doesn't take away the possibility of injury. And to Saka, it could be spell disaster if it is a serious one. Thankfully, he is back to his feet. Matea has caught Gabriel napping, or Saliba rather, or caught Saliba in knots to be fair. And misses it. Worrying face there from Mikel Arteta. It's probably the first time he's looked worried all season, to be fair. Because he and Saka and Isak, if either of them go down, the whole operation could fall apart. Could finally maybe fall apart for Arsenal. I got that there eventually, but it really could spell a problem. But, and this is a fact here, even without Saka and Isak in some games, oh, Matea, beautiful, but Saliba does well to pick it out. But even without Isak and Saka in games, Arsenal have gone on to win and score goals. So, it is not a total disaster of Arsenal, but it will certainly be a worry, let's say. Saka to Odegaard. Mitchell. Now here's Eze. Eze picked out by Saliba. Saliba and Gabriel have been absolute revelation. And it is, I think it is the hamstring that Saka is holding there. He's trying to play through it, but I think Arteta will take him off. Martinelli. Arsenal will have to play on, maybe without him perhaps. Isak. Kieran Tierney. He's fouled. He's asking for the free kick. Doesn't get it. Here he is again. Kieran Tierney with a shot. He forced Henderson to save it, didn't he? It's a good effort then. It's Kamada. Saka is still struggling. Eze. There's Odegaard. Isak. Saka, he can barely keep on to the ball. And here is Isak! And Henderson with a good save. Saka's trying to play through it. Much a warrior that he is. I want to take it. Saliba. I think it ended up with Gabriel and he knew nothing about it. Here's Tierney. Moreno. Tierney. Oh, great passing. Martinelli. Was the ball in. Ended up towards Saka. Mitchell headed it away. And Arsenal not firing on all cylinders today. It's a tough game for them. Going behind to Mateo early on, but Captain Marvel, Martin Odegaard, saved the situation. But it could all be undone if Saka's injury is serious that he has to go off. The response will be crucial to the outcome of this one. Welcome back to Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace up against Arsenal here. And Arsenal, for once this season, have not really had it all their own way. They're down the 1-1 scoreline here. After Mateo capitalised on a real mistake by David Raya, to be fair, and scoring an open goal. Martin Odegaard saved the situation on the scoreline, but the worry now is what will be the status of Bukayo Saka. He went off injured and has not come back onto the pitch for the second half. So, fingers crossed for Arsenal fans, but it's not serious as it looked. He was holding the back of his leg at one point in that game. We will let you know as we do his status, because that could be a real turning point in this season. They still have Isak and they still have an abundance of scorers, but not as many as Saka and Isak have been scoring. Saliba has stayed on, as has Gabriel. So, interesting move there from Arteta. Here's Martinelli. He's going to cut in. He's going to score. Martinelli does it again, and Arsenal have overturned it. Well, whenever they need someone, it always seems to be him. Gabriel did go off, because he's on the bench there. Well, it's Gabriel Martinelli again, because it always seems to be when it comes to Arsenal and needing a scorer that isn't Isak or Saka. It always seems to be him. And he has overturned the deficit, and Arsenal are back ahead, back where they should be. And that could be a crucial response. If Arsenal can get 3 points here, then maybe this will be right. Well, actually, this will be riding a storm, quite frankly, because Palace have actually given them a good game. Oh, Mateo. Next for Palace after Christmas will be Bournemouth. And now Odegaard. Isak comes to meet him. Odegaard's got to pick him out. Oh, he didn't. GA did a great tackle there. Oh, what a rise that Mark GA has had. Now he's an England capped player. He's had quite the last couple of years, Mark GA. Here's Mattea. Isak. Isak's gone down. And Isak's gone down in a heap as well. Oh no. Well, what's the card going to be? It's going to be a yellow for Chris Richards. And Isak. Well, he's feeling it a bit. Hopefully he's just a bit winded. That was a crunching tackle, to be fair, and everyone has come up to the centre circle again. But fortunately, we're going to have a substitution to kind of sort it out. Phillips has gone off for Palace. We almost had that infamous kind of thing for FIFA where everyone just disperses from the centre circle. Here's Trossard. And a good save by Henderson. Martin Odegaard surely got to score. No. And Hawthorne has come on. And Calvori came on for Gabriel at the beginning of the second half. So he's kept Saliba. Mikel Arteta. And now Eze. The ball in towards Mattea. Moreno heads away. And it ends up with Sarr. And David Raya. And another good save. It's a poor pass. And Hawthorne has come on, who's just come on. Mattea puts his foot through it. He's probably not lucky not to unintentionally hit Calvori with any part of it. The shot motion there. Tackled by Saliba again. Here's Odegaard. Well, it was the first real mistake by David Raya this season, but Arsenal have weathered the storm here. Martinelli's offside. He was never really getting to the corner, Raya. I'm not sure what he saw that maybe most of us didn't. And it turned out to be getting it air, quite frankly. Here's Martinelli. Oh, and Martinelli's been tackled by Anderson now. Referee's coming over again. That's the captain. No card this time. Oh, bad free kick there by, I think it was Tierney. Well, next fixture for Arsenal will be against Ipswich Town. I don't think they've faced Ipswich yet. We're getting quite close to the halfway point of the year. Trossard. Straight at Henderson. It's going to be a tough one for Ipswich Town. The minute, like the newly promoted and down in the relegation kind of battle. As are Palace, only behind Everton on goal difference. But today, we have given Arsenal a game, that's for sure. Here's Declan Rice. Guille tackles it out for a throw. Trossard. Also with the ball in towards Moreno. And he got two against Spurs. Nketiah got the other two in a 4-0 rout. Literally rout. Of course. It's going to be a Palace free kick. Richards will take it. Here is Kamada. He's found Mitchell. Don't think it's who he intended to find. Tomiyasu with a great tackle. Arsenal have been so sound defensively, even if they have conceded the odd goal. Isak. And here is Moreno. And it's a good save from Henderson. Out comes Anderson to head it away. Trossard. He tried to put it in, but got tackled out of it. We've got to give it to Palace. They're giving Arsenal a game here. Certainly are giving Arsenal a game. Not many teams have been able to do that this season. Because Arsenal normally, around now, would be 3 or 4 up. But right here today, it's been a real good game. Mattea, and he probably should have made more of it because he had a lot more space than he probably originally thought, because Calvori had got his feet crossed a bit, I think. Yeah, but a great header. And so ended up all the way to Mattea. It's a beautiful play. Now here's Sarr, who's away. And straight at David Raya. Should have made more of it. Palace can't afford to waste these chances. And that was probably their best one of the day so far. Here's Trossard. Trossard muscles his way into the box to Isak. And he's missed. Alexander Isak, the scoring machine, and I believe the top scorer in the Premier League, he's missed it. Here's Odegaard. Arsenal continue to come forward. Such is this team. Isak! Good save, Henderson. Probably not what he needed to make. You never know. Another Arsenal corner. They're trying to build this gap. They know Palace are giving them a game, so they want that other goal, so it doesn't give them a foothold. Martinelli with the corner. Mitchell away with the header. Declan Rice! And Mattea does defensive duties very well, I might add. Declan Rice again. Henderson with a good save. Well, it's a tale of two very decent goalkeepers today, and it really has showed. But David Raya was the one that made a bit of an error. He probably should be on a clean sheet, you could argue, as Mikel Arteta there in conversation with Jorginho. Nice with the corner. Mitchell away with the header. It ends up with Trossard. And now William Saliba. And the ball is everywhere, and yeah, he gets it out. Here's Mattea. He's got it all to do from here. Finds Eze instead. Good link-up play with Mattea here. Oh, it's Saliba. Didn't get all of that, did he? And Raya had to rush. That could have been very dangerous for Arsenal there. They got away with one. They have definitely not looked 100% today. Oh, Moreno, it's a poor pass to Hawthorne. And now Mattea. He probably should have done better with that shot, to be fair. Well, Palace could certainly get an equaliser here, but Mattea, well, should have probably been a bit more patient. Well, they had their easiest game last time out in the Carabao Cup, Arsenal. Here, they've had probably their toughest. A tough 2-1 win at the moment, with 10 minutes left to play. It's been so tight that there's been no load management by Arteta today. He's kept Isak and Odegaard, in particular, both on the pitch. And here's Odegaard now. Tomiyasu to Trossard, to Moreno. Oh, he went to find, I think it was Isak, and the pass was wayward. Now, here's Sarr, tackled by Tyranny rather. To Declan Rice, good tackle. Richards, oh, he had to be careful there because he's on a yellow card. It would so easily been a second bookable offence. He got the ball first, vitally. Good kick from Raya. Hawthorne again. Link up play here, Mattea, and it's straight at Raya. He's trying to catch Raya out. These long strikes. They have beaten Raya on occasion. And now the ball is at Isak. Now he's got Martinelli ahead. Wants to use him, even though he could have so easily been offside. Martinelli puts the ball in towards Isak. He's got it all to do from up there. Isak chooses to pass to Martinelli. Oh, the booth broke down. Odegaard. Odegaard did not look comfortable taking that pass, but Tomiyasu just about getting there. Nice. Trossard. Arsenal really finding it difficult, and their ping-pong passing isn't really working out right now. It's ended up with Trossard. And now Alexander Isak. He's missed. Well, for once, Isak is not at the races today. Lerma's come on for Richards, who was on a yellow card. Moved there by the Palace manager. Well, it's certainly been Arsenal's toughest game to date so far as we approach the end. 2-1 winners it looks like. But Palace have certainly given them a game. Credit to them today. Once again, Arsenal pulling through for adversity. And they might have to face adversity for a while, depending on the injury status of Bukayo Saka. And Mateo. Oh, he made David Raya think about it, didn't he? In the end, it was wide. Well, to be fair, he's only made one mistake tonight, David Raya, and in the end, it's not going to cost his team so much. It could so easily have, though. And that's something Mikel Arteta will be thinking about for sure. Because his team have not been 100% today. This has actually been a lot tougher than probably some people expected. So we've got some decent players, though, with Mateo and Eze, who have linked up well, and they've missed it. And that was a golden opportunity for Mateo. And he probably should have scored, you could argue here. Oh, it's just whizzing past the post. Oh, Mateo, I think he knows how good of a chance that was, to be fair. Eze. Kamada. Good tackle by Trossard. Declan Rice picks it up and finds Isak. Now we've got Martinelli on the other side. Side-to-side play from Arsenal. Gabriel Martinelli, and he's gone down. That's a penalty, surely. It is definitely a penalty. The referee has given it, and he's booked the player as well. I don't think he can really have any complaints, to be fair. I don't know what he's complaining about. It's Marc Guéhi. It's a clear penalty all day long. And this could spare Arsenal a tough match here. It is going to be Alexander Isak from the spot. It's from 12 yards, but it's never as easy as it looks. But for Alexander Isak, surely he definitely does put it in. And we've lost the camera, and they know what it means. Arsenal have been given a game, and they know it. A vital 3 points in a match that wasn't already 100% theirs today. Alexander Isak has sealed it with the penalty late on. Dean Henderson, normally a good goalkeeper in this situation, but today he didn't even move. And that is just the power and the goal-scoring excellence that Alexander Isak is. And on a day where Arsenal were certainly not at their best and could lose one of their best players in Bukayo Saka for some time, we hope not, Arsenal have weathered the storm and have won by 3-1. But Palace can hold their head high. The fans aren't really too happy, but the team can hold their head up high today because they gave the title contenders the toughest fight of the season so far. They've come through, even though David Raya made a mistake for the goal from Mateo. Martinelli, Isak, and Odegaard all turned it around. It could have been so very different, but Arsenal once again, like we said, have weathered the storm. Palace 1, Arsenal 3. Let's take a look at all the scores from this weekend's games and what that means for the Premier League table. We have a crucial result. Aston Villa 1, Manchester City 1, Ipswich 2, Newcastle 0. That is crucial results and puts Arsenal at the top of the table. Brentford 1, Forest 1, West Ham 1, Brighton 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1, Liverpool 3, Southampton 1, Fulham 0, and Manchester United 0, Bournemouth 0. I believe that's the last of the scores. So, Arsenal, for the first time this season, are top of the table ahead of Manchester City now by a point. Newcastle United fall a bit further back now with a kind of an unexpected loss to Ipswich, to be fair. We've got another score coming in. Everton 2, Chelsea 3, and Leicester 2, Wolves 0. So Newcastle United now fall a bit behind in the title race. That is a loss against Ipswich they did not expect or need. Liverpool and Spurs still continue to scrap for fourth. So that battle between those two teams was an absolute need for the fourth place. Chelsea 6th, Brentford 7th, Bournemouth 8th, Villa 9th now as they seem to be rescuing their season somewhat, and Brighton go into the top 10 at the expense of Manchester United. West Ham United in 12th, and of Leicester City. It's the relegation places that we really want to see who's where. Fulham, Nottingham Forest having a very respectable season, but still could be fears of a drop. Ipswich's win over Newcastle is vital as they move into 16th now. Everton on the brink, but in the safe zone. 2 points clear of Crystal Palace, whose loss at Arsenal could be crucial come the end of the season. Southampton and Wolves fill out the other two places. What a weekend. Some vital results.